Let's come to our second segment, and that concerns the International Women's Day that is being celebrated across the world today. Women, an important part of our society, women who have always been on the forefront, whether it be as part of our religion, as part of our prophets, as part of our Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and as Prime Ministers of Pakistan, as CEOs of companies. Women have always been on the forefront. This said, gender parity and gender equality have a long way to go. This year, the theme of the International Women's Day is Digital Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. To talk about the role of women in society, whether it be in Pakistan or across the world, how Pakistani women are making a mark across the world as well, we've been joined by two important guests. Let me introduce them to you one by one. In the studios, we've been joined by Dr. Ghazala Hayat. She's a neurologist and a community activist. She's been in the United States for the last more or less 4 decades, where not only has she been contributing to the medical field in neurology, but she's also been working towards interfaith harmony and, of course, teaching the values of Islam to the youth and to the women. Thank you very much, Dr. Ghazala, to have joined us. Our second guest is Ms. Raabiya Babar. Ms. Raabiya Babar is a communications expert and public speaker. She's associated with Pakistan Poverty Alleviation Fund. Ms. Raabiya, thank you very much to have joined us. Pleasure to have you here on board. Raabiya Babar Saiba, when it comes to you and women in Pakistan, you must have heard Bilawal Bhutto Zardari Sahab just talking to in New York while he was hosting Women in Islam conference, wherein he talked about the role of Muslim women, whether it be Hazrat Khatija, Hazrat Aisha. Then he talked about his mother and all the important achievements that she made for Pakistan. What are the challenges for women now in the year 2023? When you look at today's International Women's Day, you see it's digital innovation for women. Do you feel we need much more than digital innovation as far as Pakistani women are concerned?
Well, thank you very much to begin with for having me in the program. Yes, Umar, I believe that women have come a long way, but there's still a long way to go. But when I speak of women, I preferably will speak about the rural women because Pakistan Poverty Alleviation Fund works for the rural women, and definitely they have far more challenges than the women living in the urban areas. So they are doing very well. They have been given access to a lot of things, to enterprises, to assets, to loans. But definitely, as the world needs a lot of people in the world is talking about technology and it's talking about digitalization. So definitely we need to give them access to digitalization as well, just to improve the gender gap, since organizations like PPF, they have been working, I mean, our organization is working for the last 20 years and we have come a long way. We have tried to create resources. We have tried to create opportunities for women, especially in the rural areas. And now is the time, if you want to go with the ongoing situation, if you want to go with the world, what's happening globally, then definitely we need to give them access to the digitalization. And I would just like to share that PPF as an organization, we have been working on this side as well. And recently we had a program which was quite a success. It was about training of these rural women, especially the women, the girls, on access to digitalization, and it had very good results. And we just noticed that after it was concluded, the project, and there was an assessment, and it showed that their skills, their opportunities of getting job, they have significantly increased. So yes, I agree with you.
Raabiya, the role of women in society is pertinent, if primordial, whether it be in Pakistan, whether it be in the West, or whether it be even as far-flung areas in Africa. When you look at the role of women, do you see any commonality as far as the challenges that the women are confronted with, or do you feel it changes from region to region, continent to continent?
Yes, it does change from region to region, because if you talk about the developed countries, definitely the women there have far more better opportunities as compared to countries like us who are still struggling. And they need the women here, they need to be provided more opportunities, they need more hand holding. And besides that, I think besides even women, they need to be uplifted, they need to be supported, but a lot of things need to be told to the men community as well. I mean, I feel there's a lot of gap between the understanding of the role of women that the
But
men need
this
to
is the
understand.
21st century, Rabia. Why is there still a gap between understanding men and women and vice versa?
Well, that's a great question. Maybe we all of us need to play a better role in this. As I mean, media can even play a better role because whatever, whenever we watch TV, we see a lot of stories coming on the television that lead to telling us stories about the women harassment, the oppression they are facing. But definitely, they are inspiring stories as well. Maybe we can just uplift the role of the women as well, so that they are better presented, and maybe their role is more accepted.
That's so true. And Rabia, coming to you, education. And education, I'd like to highlight education and the absence of it in countries such as Afghanistan. That has been highlighted by Bilawal Bhutto Zardari Sahab also in New York right now, a couple of minutes back. Do you feel that the lack of education, denying the right of education, denying the right to jobs to women in this day and age in countries such as Afghanistan or in others where women's reproductive rights are not being catered to properly, are going to have an impact on future generations?
Yes, I think it is, and I think it is very cruel. I mean, if and they look at the world where the people are going, I mean, women make half of the total population of the world, and if they are denied these rights, so how can we expect peace to prevail in the world? It can't. So the women, they should be given as much rights as the men. And if you're talking about countries like Afghanistan, I can only just pray, and I would just like to request, I mean, the world to just raise their voice and help the Afghani women to excel, to come and play their role. And I hope this happens. Yes.
All right, that's important and it's interesting as well. Nevertheless, a lot of pessimism is something that we've seen, especially from the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, who says that gender equality is still 300 years away. He says that gender equality is growing more distant. I'll quote him what he says. On the current track, UN Women puts it 300 years away. He says global progress on women's rights is vanishing before our own eyes. What are the factors that are contributing to this vanishing of gender parity?
The lack of opportunities, lack of the power given to women to make their decisions, their inability to access the services. These are all the things that they are hindering their progress.
All right. Raabiya, to you, women, as far as a report that has recently come out, are the worst victims of Indian state terrorism in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Our Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari Sahab has also asked for monitoring crimes against women in territories under foreign occupation, and he cites also in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir that Afghanistan and other regions also where women are being denied their due rights. Will it take a long time for society to make the change? What's your take on it?
If you ask me about the condition in Pakistan, well, I have something very positive to tell you over here. I was just going through some of the work that has been done, and I was just reading that globally the gender parity has close to 68 point something% in 2022, and in Pakistan it has the gender parity gap has come closer to 56%, I think, and this is they say it's the best figure that they have come across since the World Economic Forum launched its report in 2006. So I think as far as Pakistan is concerned, we should be hopeful that we are going in the right direction, and we should continue on this. As far as the global is concerned, a lot of work needs to be done, and I think we should all pull in our efforts to work towards this and to try and just bring this parity close, this gap closer, so that
I think the gap needs to be shortened, and the women
exactly
need to be given their due rights. Thank you so very much, Raabiya Babar, to have joined us. Last